What's up, people? Welcome back to Analyst with T-Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information and stay for the perspective. The Marathon stock and most of the crypto sector in general has been on the upswing following the announcement of the first rate cut a couple of weeks ago. This week, we received even more positive news around inflation easing. As a result, Bitcoin gained about 10% since the first rate cut and now hovers around 65K as it looks ready to break out to a new all-time high. The Marathon stock also had a positive week with a gain of 11.26%. This is a nice change of pace after the sell-off we experienced post-earning results. This, of course, had me wondering, is this actually the start of the next leg up or another bull trap like the last time? And so in today's video, I'll quickly go over some of the most recent news around the company. We'll then take a look at the current analyst ratings, some positive changes here, and I'll close with what I'm personally doing as far as buying, holding, or selling. As always, this is not to be taken as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my personal approach to investing and the thought process behind it. I recommend watching all the way through so that you don't miss out on anything pertinent I will be sharing. Drop the video an early like if you haven't already, and smash that subscribe button. Those are two easy ways to show your support to the channel and help it grow if you appreciate the content. All right, let's get into it. Let me start by saying that this most recent sell-off down to the $13 range is not something I was anticipating the last time we spoke. It definitely was a bull trap. The stock was flying high, momentum was building, and $30 looked to be in reach. The point is, sometimes I get it right, and sometimes I don't. Hence why I always give the disclaimer that these are my thoughts and how I approach these investment decisions. But anyways, the reason the stock sold off so drastically is because Marathon missed on its earnings by a pretty significant margin. The estimated EPS, or earning per share, was a loss of 10 cents. Instead, they reported a loss of 72 cents. That's a pretty big disparity, right? If you look at the past 3 quarters, Marathon consistently outperformed expectations. So this miss here took many by surprise, myself included. The two main reasons behind the miss are equipment failures, which negatively impacted Bitcoin production, and secondly was financial impairment they took due to the lower price of Bitcoin at the close of Q2. That said, the good news is that they have since fixed the impacted equipment at the facility they acquired. Install hash rate has also increased to now 35.2 exahash per second, which puts them, by the way, on track for their year-end goal of 50 exahash. Last but certainly not least, the price of Bitcoin has recovered and is very likely to close out Q3 at $65,000 or higher. This then sets them up nicely for their Q3 earning result, but then again, we'll have to wait and see. Now, despite the Q2 performance miss, Marathon as a company continues to make solid strategic moves that sets them up nicely for what's ahead. Even though Bitcoin is at the core of what they do, they are diversifying and pushing to secure new revenue streams via energy harvesting and technology products. You can see here that they have multiple initiatives like partnering with the Kenyan government to leverage and utilize green energy to deploy data centers. Another example is the build out of the first immersion-cooled data center facility to mine digital assets in Abu Dhabi. The punchline here is that the efficiency gain from the improved load balancing of their power grid could result in savings of up to $600 million. For Marathon, this could mean repeat business opportunities in the UAE. The bottom line here is that there is quite a bit to be excited about if you're looking at the Mara stock as a long-term investment with the occasional opportunistic trade versus looking at it as just a quick flip. Since the last time we spoke in July, the stock has seen a few upgrades. You have to remember that a single quarter miss is not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, right? Especially when you're coming off of 3 straight quarters of beating expectations, and the path ahead looks quite a bit more bright with easing financial conditions at the macro level. With all that considered, the analyst consensus rating has been upgraded from a hold to now a moderate buy. That recommendation is made of 7 ratings versus 6 prior. We have 3 buy ratings versus 1 prior, 3 hold ratings versus 4, and still just the 1 sell rating. The high end of the range remains at $27, while the low end dropped from $14 to now $12. The average consensus price target is a bit lower, dropping from $21.20 to now $20.50. This would indicate that we could see another 18.57% gain from the current level. And so when you think about it, sentiment does appear to have shifted positively when you consider that we had not seen a consensus rating of a buy since before the Bitcoin halving, right? So I would also point out that traders appear to be turning more bullish based on the flow of option orders being placed. This last move here appears to have brought us back above the 50-day moving average with room for momentum to build and push the price even higher. Whether it does or not is to be seen. The point is there is room directionally for the rally to expand higher without needing to pull back near term. These reading updates, at the very least, show that I'm not the only one feeling bullish about the opportunity ahead. The last time we spoke, I told you that the next leg up for Bitcoin would come on the back of rate cuts. We have officially started that process, and we can see the Bitcoin price starting to move accordingly. My entire thesis is predicated on the fact that Bitcoin will reach six figures this cycle, and to be clear, that doesn't happen until sometimes in 2025, once interest rates are significantly lower and we get some monetary easing policies in place in the next 12 to 18 months. Should that come to pass, Marathon, who has been bolstering its balance sheet by continuously increasing its Bitcoin holdings, should also see a significant increase in its valuation. And that will be the time to start taking some profit. But for now, I'm continuing to use the DCA approach, or dollar cost averaging. And if you recall, I told you in my last video that in the unlikely event that we drop below my cost basis, I could once again be a buyer, as I believe that it would represent a buying opportunity. At the time, the Marathon stock was trading for just under $25, and my cost basis was $21.62. Well, here we are now, right? And that is the reason why I added another 100 shares to my portfolio and further dropped my average from $21.62 to now $20.86. The bottom line, and really the last thing that I will say to answer the question at the start of this video, is this. In my opinion, and it's just my opinion, this is the start of the recovery and not a bull trap. The Mara stock, as far as I can tell, looks ready to start a steady climb fueled by Bitcoin gains. Time will tell if I'm right, but October is just around the corner and usually is an up month. And so I feel pretty good about my current position and where this could go as the year goes on. As I said, no FOMO here, definitely ready for what's coming next. But on that note, that is it for me today. If you found value in my content and feel so inclined, use the thanks button at the bottom of the video. Remember to click the like button and share with others who you think could also benefit from it. For my newcomers, subscribe. It's free, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you too can stay in the know. I'll be back on Sunday for my weekly video and possibly during the week for an extra one. Till then, you can keep up with me here on X for crypto and NFT related news. Thank you for watching, stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you in the next one.